Hello and welcome to another Legion and the Travelling Coffee Cup. Again, he's not in the video. I do sincerely apologise. Anyway, today's video happened a couple of days ago at Manchester Airport before the Israel and America bombing of Iran. Since then, there's 2 Qatar, 2 Emirates, 2 Etihad, a Gulf and a Kuwait currently on the tarmac at Manchester Airport, and the traffic that I discuss in this video doesn't exist. So I'm going to take you back in time to when I filmed the video when we were still flying to the Middle East. So yeah, I'll take you back a couple of days. Enjoy the video. So we got 2 Jet 2s are waiting to take off. I think that's Pegasus. It is.
Skyline, I can't lie. Oh, she's full today. Away and clear. Hanging from Pegasus, so that's quite like the fact that we're coming from Istanbul to Kuwait. RBR A321neo. See, I think putting what's on the end of that on there would look really cool. So, wait for that to take off, but one of the larger planes went to Strapport's taxiing out to take off. Plane I am 5-6 weeks away from flying on myself. Not that particular airline, I admit, but still, A350. Hopefully we should be getting Singapore as well. Well, remember when I said we're waiting for the Singapore variant to appear? Well, it's not that. It's not that. But that looks more like it, doesn't it? Beautiful. 2 A350s in a row, split by 2 737s. Fantastic. Now, before all this kicks off, why is there a Jet 2 on stand 12? Not stand 12 because there's number 12 right in front of it. So, Terminal 1 living up to its car parking responsibilities at the minute. Oh, yes. Another private jet, G-R-O-R-E. That's parked right in front of Ether. For some reason or another. But it's still not being high, it's being used. The white elephant at Manchester Airport is being used, ladies and gentlemen. Well, last time I checked, a taxiway is not a parking space, but who knew? The Sun Express arriving in there from Turkey. Manchester Airport have announced that they will be doing a summer flight to Turkey, and it leaves Manchester at 1 o'clock in the morning. Quick one, who'd want to go through an airport when duty free's closed? Not me, but I'm guessing I'll have footfall for it, so it might work. One of the resident airlines, TUI. Private jet. It's quite funny, like, I remember booking everything in the Middle East thinking, oh, I've got time, and I've got plenty of time to wait, no problem. It's now less than 6 weeks. In fact, the day I filmed this is the 25th of February, so it's March on Sunday. Then I go 5 weeks after that. Or 6 weeks, 5th of April, so it might be 5-6 weeks. How quick that's come round is crazy. I mean, then I think how quick it's going to be the full 2 weeks and come back home, that's going to be even quicker. But honestly, I generally can't wait. I think it's going to be one of those adventures I have that I'll never ever forget. I hope. Because as we know, if we read the news at the minute, you know, America are building their force in the Middle East, and it's like, please don't. Please don't. I've waited years for this holiday, and the Yanks could ruin it. Please don't. Wait till April the 19th, you know, because then I'm home. Because I don't really want to get stuck in the Middle East, I can't lie. I was going to say let's go and have a look at Concorde, but we can't. They've rented it out for a convention of some description. Wow, that looks fun. When I turned up, it said car park full, and I was like, what's coming today that makes it full? And I got to the viewing point, I was like, there's no money in the normal. Well, that kind of tells you everything. So at the minute, the Middle East is happening. Pending what the US does. December, I've planned to go into Europe again. That's that's to be confirmed as well. Honestly, to get this close to the Middle Eastern trip, and a trip I'll never ever forget, and for it to be taken away from me now would be horrific. I just hope it doesn't. I just hope it isn't. You know, buy all the clothes I've got and plan everything out for them to be told, yeah, Qatar aren't flying. I'll be like, so yeah, we're praying that doesn't happen. Now I know I called Ether the white elephant at Manchester Airport, and to me it kind of is, because I just don't see why you'd pay nearly £200 per person to have a 3-course dinner before you go on a plane. To me it just makes no sense. Well, apparently to others it does. Yeah. Crack on. Anyway, another piece of redevelopment at Manchester Airport that I don't quite understand why they're doing. this car park. No, you could have put a 747 in there, you could have put anything you wanted in there, but no, car park's what we wanted. Being funny when I say this, but when you look at Manchester Airport, first thing in the morning especially, around Terminal 2, because of the brilliant planning, the traffic is an absolute joke. It goes from Terminal 2's departures, down the ramp, round the roundabout, up the other slip road, round that roundabout, round the next roundabout, and then down to the M56. But that's controlled. No, that's chaos. And the worst part of it all is, it's not even summer yet. I mean, Easter Sunday's going to be an absolute laugh because, I mean, my flight's, I think it's like between 2 and 3 o'clock. I told my mum, drop me at Terminal 1. I will walk to Terminal 2, it's fine. Like, my dad flies to Spain the following day. I said, what time's your taxi? 4 o'clock. I went, good luck with that. And then my brother flies on his honeymoon after me on Easter Sunday, and I said, be prepared for traffic and queues. The infrastructure, as currently implemented, doesn't fit the purpose. But when you move all the airlines to T2, what did you expect to happen? I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love one day to be able to sit down with someone at Manchester Airport and be like, so, what was your thought process? But I mean, what I'm going to do this week, in fact, before this video comes out, I'll put pictures in now of what it looks like at first thing in the morning when there's loads of traffic. And that's apparently fine. How the police and highways haven't contacted Manchester Airport and gone, you think you sort this out, mate, is a bit of a mad one. But, we'll see what happens. Anyway, back to the planes. One of the former residents of Terminal 1. EasyJet. Trust me, it is the EasyJet behind that barbed wire. So coming up in short order will be Indigo is Indigoing. It's just left the terminal now. It'll be Indigone soon. We have Saudia arriving from Jeddah. We have ITA, got beautifully blue livery that I love, coming in. And we also have a Qatar A350 coming in as well. So, should be quite fun. Last few planes before we end the video. And there's the Alliance, Air France and KLM. It would appear that they have stopped doing dual runway ops at job as well. So in short order, we're going to have Air France last, we're going to have KLM, and I think, lining up, we have Turkish. Indigo is somewhere over here. Taxiing from T2. But first on the rollout, Turkish. Oh, he's up early. Wait. Oh, legends, I actually thought this had already arrived. I wonder why it was so late leaving. Now we know why it's not even arrived yet from Bahrain. Gulf Air, Dreamliner. One I didn't expect to be on today's video, but they are. That's why it's not left yet, because it's not even arrived. Brilliant. One of the blue missiles. KLM is out of here. I better taxi to T2 Toronto because it's currently 2 hours late leaving. We've got to clean it, get everyone off, everyone on. Hopefully they have no further problems. I won't see it leave, ladies and gents, but it's nice to see it on the video nonetheless. Beautiful to see a Dreamliner in Gulf Air colours. When I go to the Middle East, I will be flying with Gulf Air, but not on a Dreamliner. Well, they might fly us on 2 hours late. But you will see that video on the channel in the not too distant future. Which I can't be much to say in that sentence, but there we go. We'll see this particular Dreamliner over there, A9CFI. I love that livery though with the eagle on with the falcon on the back. That is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. And the wind is picking up. I do apologise if I sound like I'm in a vacuum right now. Penultimate plane of the video. All the way from Doha. Look at the wind hitting that plane. Qatar Airways Airbus A350. It is very windy here, so I can't imagine what it's like up there. But knowing what Qatar are like, it will still be a butter wouldn't melt landing before that lands though. Princess is out of here. The weather's changing. Look at that. This is going to be butter on bread landing. This is going to be textbook.
managed to restore it back to equilibrium. It's not far from landing now though. 6 weeks till I go on one of these things. I genuinely can't wait. Here we go. Textbook landing incoming. That was absolutely brilliant while on Qatar. Registration A7AOA. What the registration of the plane we got on will be. If it's that one, that'll be pretty spectacular. So somewhere over there is the old blue ITA, and that will be the last plane of the video. Trident and Nimrod still fully shut. I think they'll open them for tours in the summer when it's a bit warmer. But yeah, 6 weeks till we get on that. This is going to be fun. There she is, Princess of the Skies. Blue skies have appeared over Manchester Airport just in time for its arrival as well. Brilliant. Beautiful. I've said this before, but I genuinely cannot wait to go on that thing. And we got a pilot wave as well. Beautiful. I'm wearing these because it is pretty cold. I genuinely can't wait to go on that thing. That's going to be one of the best videos I'll ever do. Will it be better than the A380 one? I'm not too sure, but to say I've been on a Qatar A380 and an A350 will be brilliant. And I've already been on a 737 Qatar, and Qatar changed one of my planes on the way home, and it'll be a 777 from Dubai to Doha, which is basically from here to London, distance away. I love the Middle East. It's like, we don't have any small planes for that route. No. It's a signature route, we need a signature plane, 777. Or an A350. I love the Middle East. So, Ryanairs are coming in now. One plane left to go, and then that is the end of the video. ITA. All blue. I saw how close it was behind that, and I was like, yep, I'll stay for that. So yeah, the last plane of the video will be the ITA. Manchester airport literally 3 or 4 days ago. Like, how it's changed on a sixpence is just weird. I mean, being in work last night when there was no Middle Eastern flights going in or out was just weird. Because, like, normally you go into T2 and it's just rammed full of people, and it just wasn't. It was a ghost town. It was weird. I'll actually put pictures up on my Instagram that I put at the start of the video of what it looks like tonight when I go into work. Because, yeah, it was a bit weird. They're saying they're going to may reopen the airspace later on today when I'm filming it on the 1st of March. But until then, we'll have to find out. So, I do enjoy the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Hit notifications to miss the video. And me and the coffee cup will see you in the next one.